Hi everybody, welcome to today's Twin Flame message. I recorded this one several weeks ago actually, 31st of May. In terms of an answer to a question that Cynthia asked on my last Twin Flame post that was channeled by Sandalphon. And thank you, Cynthia, for asking the question, because she mentioned that wherever she goes on all the Twin Flame channels, she asks, what are Twin Flames? Does everyone have one? Are they supposed to be romantic? And that she gets different answers. And that's understandable because everyone is coming from a different perspective and different experiences, and they've read different things that resonate with them on the Twin Flame journey. And it's a very sacred internal process that is hard to translate into words because it is bigger than our conscious mind, so much bigger. And I, of course, have my own answers to those questions from my own experience, my channelings, and the things that resonate with me. But I thought, rather than actually create more confusion or another different perspective to what's out there, I would like to just go straight to Sandalphon. Sandalphon and Metatron have been coming into all the Twin Flame readings, and especially Sandalphon. Although Metatron is there in the background, Sandalphon might be the one giving me the information. So I called to him and I asked him to please answer that question. And this is what came through. Just before I share that, I want to just give a brief summary in my own words of what came through, and mention that whilst I was in the middle of re-listening to it before I edited the video to upload to YouTube and Patreon, I got interrupted by a call to confirm an appointment, which I think is symbolic, and also as that happened, it triggered an album to play, which was Come to Where I Am, Come Into the Light. And I feel this is about the Twin Flame unity and coming together in the light, and not going out and actively pursuing anything, but coming together in the light, being together in the light. And that it's arranged, it's an appointment. So anyway, interpret that how you will. The timing of it was very divine, so I thought I'd mention it. But just to summarize what Sandalphon says, is that there is an ascension purpose, a greater purpose in upliftment and enlightenment, and healing of the earth from traumas and conditions and expectations to love and unity. So this isn't anything new on the Twin Flame journey. That again, we are a unified soul in two separate vessels, but he also goes on to say that we're also on many timelines and trajectories. And we're in every culture and every walk of life, and this is all for a purpose, because we're uplifting everything, all the programs to love and unity. So even if the Twin Flames don't know who each other are and never meet, they're always doing this purpose just by being present on the earth. And then it goes on to talk about the possibility of coming together in a romantic relationship is there are so many timelines available to both of you at any time. So coming together consciously and knowing who each other is and talking and working actively together all add different layers of effectiveness in the role. But then to come together romantically, there's another layer of effectiveness that comes in, which is via sharing the Kundalini energy, although you also can share that on the 5D without coming together physically or even knowing who your twin is. And the effects that anchoring the Kundalini into the earth and the field has. And then as we're in two bodies, but also in multiple timelines, there is perfection on each of those timelines. So a timeline where you're in romantic separation has its value, as well as the ones where you come together romantically. And even if you're in separation, there is a timeline where you're in unity. But you're affecting multiple timelines all the time. And whichever one you're consciously on is the one where you're at now. Doesn't mean that there's not a timeline you're on simultaneously. In fact, you are. And interestingly, I have experienced, just since doing this transmission, a timeline shift consciously with my twin, and it was quite profound. So I'm going to do another transmission about timeline shifting with your twin. I'm writing a book I'm not writing it, I'm channeling it, a book about timeline jumping. And as I go through the chapters, it is talking also about collective timeline jumping. And I feel sure there's going to be a part in the book about twin flame timeline jumping. But anyway, I will do a transmission for that. I have more reflections for you at the end, but for now, here is the channel that came through from Sandalphon. The element of laughter and joy inspires the wisdom and inspiration that you seek in your twin flame journey. The twin flame is a paradox in the third dimensional reality, and this is due to misinformation or misconstrued symbols and understandings coming from historical texts and writings. Akatata, akatatato, totokoko, tayata, ishakato. The reality of the twin flame dynamic is that the soul inhabits two vessels. Atatatitakaka. You understand this correctly. Atatatitakaka. Akatatatikakakatotokoko. Atatatikakakaka. This undertaking is because the increased light and love of soul unity is a force to be reckoned with. It is an infinite supply of unified love. Akatatatatitakakakakatokoko. Akatatatatakato. Akatatatatakatakaka. Akatatatakakoko. It expands the spectrum for those two vessels as they inhabit those vessels from soul light that reaches higher in the spectrum. Atatata tita kakaka. Akatata tita kakaka. Akatati takakatutokokoko. Atatata kakaka. This soul light, this soul love is vast as well on the horizontal plane. The energy field that it holds encompasses a wide spectrum as well as a vast spectrum on the vertical plane. Atatakakata, iataka, iataka. The presence of both twins in this spectrum is elevating for humanity just in that function alone. Atatatikakakaka. Atatatikakaka. Akatokokoko. Combined with a unity in the physical plane in terms of communication, conversation, meeting of minds and consciousness, there is again multifold enhancement of power and love that moves through the vessels. Atatatikakaka. 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 Okotokokoko. The profound effect of sacred union and sacred sexuality between the twin flames is a facilitator of great transformation and change as the Kundalini energy permeates through into the earth grids and into the collective spectrums. Atatatikakaka. Elevating consciousness, elevating love and power and sovereignty. Akatatatatata. And transforming lower frequencies and interference. Atatatatitakakakatatatikakaka. Akatatatikakakatatakokoko akakata. Akatata, creating powerful change on the planet. Akatatakakatako. Again, this can all be happening without full consciousness of what is occurring or what the outcomes are or what the functionality is. Atatatakakatitakaka. Akatatatakakaka. Akatotokokoko. In terms of a human romantic relationship, akatatiakatatakakako. Akatatiatatakiatakaka. There is infinite possibilities around that scenario. Akatatatakakatotoko. Akatatatatatitakaka. Akatatatatitaka. Akatatatikakakatotoko. Tatatatakakaka. Akatatatakakatatitakakatoko kakata. Those infinite possibilities have the function of creating multiple timelines, and those multiple timelines enable light codes and higher divine love energies to permeate through many, many, many situations, issues, densities, perspectives, to enable upshifting in multiple realities to explain that, we can show you that there are many different people of all walks of life inhabiting the planet, and each is on their own trajectory as such, or their own timeline. For twin flames to inhabit many of these different perspectives and timelines enables multifold shifting across the whole of humanity to enable everybody to ascend as part of the ascension process. Twins have incarnated in all cultures and perspectives, and each plays out their unity, their twin flame journey through those perspectives and cultures that they have incarnated into, to clear out lower density rules, restrictions, limitations, and enlighten them with the purity of love and blissful union. Atatata titakaka, akatata toto tata titakaka, akatata titakaka, tatata titakaka, akatata titakaka katoto koko, akatata titakaka, akatata titakaka, okotoko. There is much to share with you on the topic of twin flame unity, twin flame reflection, twin flame challenges, twin flame journey. And we will continue to share these wisdom and light codes to assist you in this dissemination of information and this upliftment through your perspective. Blessings to you, much love. So the other thing to mention there is that he speaks about, in the ascension process, accessing everybody and ascending everybody. And this is something that's come through a few times in the channelings that have come through my perspective. And what I mean is my perspective, where they're using me as the channel because I have a certain resonance with certain people and certain environments, speak English, that kind of thing. And they can draw on the words and experiences within my brain to get across the message to access people that resonate with that. Several times that message has come through that everyone is ascending, the earth is ascending, and everyone is ascending with her. Although I've heard and read, and I'm not disputing this on those particular timelines as such, but that the earth is splitting and some people are ascending to the ascended earth and some people are not. For whatever reason, I am not getting information about anyone being left behind. I'm only bringing information through about everyone moving up and everyone coming along the journey. I'm not sure if that's something that's changed or something that has always been the case for those on my timeline as such. The other thing that came through that I think is relevant to this transmission is that I was reflecting on the different places in the earth that I have been, where I've done energy work consciously or unconsciously, just by being there or by doing energetic work there, and how that crosses over with my twin. And I was given the information that we are creating twin flame dragonlines in the same way as you have the Michael and Mary line and the Athena and Apollo dragon lines around the earth, forming grids of unity. And in fact, when I did the QHHT session with Marley Kelly, which I'll link below, there was also the place that light was coming in through a portal was around Bora Bora, which is in French Polynesia, right next to an island called Moria, which is a heart-shaped island, and it's a center, a chakra center of unity consciousness. And I believe that's what I was really being shown, but because I didn't know it existed, I referenced Bora Bora, which is what's been advertised and I'm aware of consciously. So, yeah, there's a lot coming through lately about earth grid lines, twin flame, unity, anchoring into the grids, and it is, I believe, in guided from higher consciousness as to locations and work done, so that twin flame pairings are not only just working together as a team, as a twin flame team, but also with other twin flames for this higher purpose. I will channel more about that. So just to let you know the places you can find this information as it comes through, the more higher level things that might be more difficult to understand because they're technical or energetic or quite advanced, I'll put over on my Ascension Flame channel, which you can find in the description box. And I also have a group on Patreon for working more deeply with these kind of things, where I post exclusive information about twin flames as well and other Ascension stuff. So you can check that out as well, and I'll put that in the link below. But yeah, that's the message for now. So I hope you receive that well, and there were light codes in it, so do make sure that you rest, listen to your body, and drink a lot of water. Blessings, everyone.